You know what it is, man. This is the Cypher with KJ and Mal.
Yup.
It's going down on the real way, man. Episode 22, season 3.
That's it.
Out the mud, man. It's going down the real way, man. We in Nashville. You see where we at, man. So glossy and bossy. You know what I'm saying? So, this show is sponsored by OG Cosprays. Nah, I take that back. It's OG Air Fresheners, man.
Yeah, we changed that up. We changed that up.
You know what I'm saying? We got all the fragrances.
Right.
I got 8 of them, you know what I'm saying? Y'all need to check us out. You can check me out at scottish.com. You get all your merch and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Right now, I'm about to shoot it to my homeboy, man. What's good, man?
What up, man?
Man, feeling good,
What
man.
up? Man, we in the city.
Yeah.
No, I don't get out much. When I get out, man, this is beautiful, man. This is. I'm so inspired. I'm ready to get into this, man.
It's heavy, man.
You know what I'm saying?
I told him, man, when
this
I made
is beautiful, man.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
I told him, I said, man, I got a boss, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's humble, strong.
Yeah. Right.
It's cool, man. One of us.
Right.
Then we go bring him out, man, and this guy,
Mm-hmm.
you know, I met him in high school. You know, White Creek. Yeah, back in the day, man. A5B brother, man. Alpha Phi Beta Fraternity Incorporated. If you want to speak that out, you know. Because that meant something to me. Because, you know, I was a ghetto kid. You know what I'm saying? Brotherhood and seeing different sides of life. You seen, you know, brothers really love you.
That's true.
And you on the same, you know, side of
The
the train.
same frequency. Genuine shit. Genuine love. Yeah. Right.
And this guy just escalated, you know what I'm saying? Just pushed his way up, man, to I can say this, man. When I met him, his energy was good. It was beautiful, man. And in the same time, you got the hood in him, but at the same time, he's a gentleman and a boss.
Right.
So it's like, when he don't know this. You don't know this, man. You made, you know, I got to put it on here because it's the podcast.
Yeah.
When you became president.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
It was the strongest. That's why when I seen it, it's like, okay, you know, we had some strong bosses.
Right,
you know, shout out to Montreal, shout out to Ronald Woods.
No doubt.
Hey, man, but when Ricardo became the president, man, it was on a whole nother level. And it was like, man, the dude just got in a bit. It was like effortless.
Right.
It just his vibe, his energy.
Okay.
Man.
And this is the man that I seen on, I got to bring him in, right? On IG.
Yeah.
Eating Wagyu beef.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? You know, it's 8 wonders of the world. You seen 7 of them.
Okay.
You know what I'm talking about? You know, you talking about out the mud, man. We talking about real shit, right?
Yeah.
Hey, man, came in as a temp. Now he the VP. Y'all give it up for my boy.
No doubt.
Ricardo Warfield.
Yeah.
Man, I appreciate that, man.
Yeah.
Wow.
I tell K all the time, like, look, this is what you do on the intro.
No doubt.
You know how to bring them in.
I love that. I love that,
Yeah,
man. I appreciate that.
What's going on, brother?
Man, it's all good, man.
Yeah.
It was crazy just to hear him talk about that high school.
Going down memory lane.
Like President Peace.
Going down memory lane.
Because, you know, like, I probably don't even reflect on those leadership experiences as much as I should. You know, like that's really when like the spark got going. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But man, that was good. I appreciate you bringing that up.
That's how I feel, brother. You know what I'm saying? Give your flowers now, bro.
Right.
Yeah, man.
Exactly, man.
Yeah, it feels good, man. It feels good to be back in Nashville.
Yeah.
You know, hanging out with my peoples.
Yeah.
You know, seeing the squad on just different levels and what have you.
Right.
Like it's just been 20 years.
Right.
Yeah.
Beautiful home, man.
Yeah,
Beautiful
man.
home,
Yeah, appreciate it.
And thank you for letting us come up here.
Yeah, no, I
man, for
appreciate
sure, man.
y'all joining me here.
Yeah, man.
No
Yes,
doubt,
sir,
no doubt.
man.
Yeah.
All I want to ask you, Ricardo, man, you know, I ain't seen you in a minute, baby. And tell everybody, you know, the listeners, where you from, and how to kick off as you being a VP and start from the grip, baby?
Yeah. Well, I grew up in Parkwood Villa. That was the first place that I lived when we moved to Nashville from Clarksville.
Okay.
And so grew up there in Westchester and Madison. And like Madison was where I really spent most of my time. Hunters Lane represent. I wasn't a great student or what have you. I liked going to different schools and just seeing what the experience was like in all those different places. Nashville Tech and Vol State and Cumberland and MTSU. Shout out to the Blue Raiders.
All right.
But I had my son when I was 19, and so living in a place like Nashville, you gotta have your education right. You gotta have your network and your connections, right, to be able to like really make that transition from high school to to college to a job.
Right.
And so that wasn't my strong suit at that time, and so I started working at a temp service. And the temp service, put me in a situation that allowed me to meet some people that were, that really cared about my career and gave me some of the game around, things that I could do when I got, older in my career or what have you, right? Gave me some goals and some pointers on in terms of where I need to be.
Real life gyms. Real life gyms.
Yeah, absolutely. So I was getting the game from people that were vice presidents at the time.
Exactly.
Right. And so it was those individuals that kind of said I think you should be at this level.
Oh shit, that's cool. Everybody, it happens, man. Yeah.
I think you should be at this level one day. And,
right.
And so I didn't really understand that, right? My parents weren't global business people or what have you, right? So so I didn't really understand what that was about. But this temp service, put me there, and so I got some mentors and they gave me some goals, and I said, all right. I'm gonna focus on that.
So you said you went to you said Cumberland, MTSU.
Yep.
You said you graduated from Hunters Lane. Hunters Lane.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Now when you went to
the Warriors, he said, I'm sorry, I didn't say that. Yeah, we all know we're rivals.
I got you.
We're always friends.
Yeah. So what you basically get your degree in?
I got my degree after 11 years.
Okay.
I went to school part-time.
Okay.
11 years.
Speaking to the mic, Ricardo.
Okay.
Yeah. No, just bring it up to him.
So it's like 11 years.
Okay.
And I got a degree in international business.
International business.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And so so I was doing school part-time while I was working.
Right. Of course.
So I had this goal. Okay. Well, I'm gonna be a vice president one day. That's a goal I had at 22.
Right.
Wow.
Okay.
So I didn't know what it meant. I didn't know how you get there, but I had this mentor that was helping me,
right.
and that was pointing the way,
right,
and believed in me, and so when you're working with somebody that understands how to navigate, a career, you have a different mindset, right? The goal was very clear, even at a young age,
right?
Probably because it was the naivete of just not knowing, hadn't really gone into any real competitive school situations, or, work situations or what have you, and so you kind of all right, well, I'm bought into it,
right?
Like my mindset was very different, so as I was going through different jobs, it was always about working my way up and not spending too much time on the job.
Gotcha.
Right? So you wouldn't find me celebrating, I've been on this job for a long time. Right. Unless, I've been in this company for a long time and I've worked, across a number of jobs.
Yeah,
right?
I got you.
Because, you just had this, I had to set the pace.
Yeah.
Right. So I'm 22 and don't have a lot in my toolbox, but you want to be a VP one day.
Elevate your game.
Be a VP one day,
so
you got to get all these experiences, right? All these different skills and so that was the journey, right? Like, you know, so, I left Nashville and I think the end of 2002.
Okay.
And, relocated to my second real job and competed with a number of people and, stayed focused and, kept moving, right? Kept beating people out of spots and, kept, taking somebody else's spot.
Yeah.
And, and until that just became the mindset and just how you approach the work all the time.
Exactly.
Because I want to say, I want to cut you off here. That's why you got so many damn Jordans, because of the penalties. I'm just saying. The way you say you really comes is the grind.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So,
Right. Just continue to go, to the next level and next level, and that's like when, the vertical life, thing really came into play, right? Because, it was always every year you expect to make more money. Mm-hmm. Right? I mean, that's what you expect. And if you don't expect that or realize that, then you should expect that.
Gotcha.
Right? Because you have to keep moving because, it's life is a timeline,
It's a time, right.
It's, you can't be in early in life experiences late in life. If you're moving, if you're moving because, now you're, not congruent with, the opportunities you're pursuing and the age of the people that should be in those opportunities, right?
Okay.
Okay. And so that was a thing that was really important to me. So, having a clear goal, wanting to be at a certain job by a certain age. I had these signposts in my mind. Okay, you got to make this amount of money, and got to get this experience, that certification, that skill set.
And you got that game early. You got that game early.
It was as far as I was just super fortunate. I was super fortunate. I fell into that situation. Right? I mean, I'm blessed. To have met people that really cared about me and said things that mattered in terms of how I was going to manage my career.
I got you.
Like my first mentor, he changed my destiny. He changed my life. What I'm able to talk to my son about when he's 19 versus when I was 19, it's very different. And so anyway, it was just, I continued to just carry on that approach. And there was never a time when I didn't think I was going to get there. Mm-hmm. And, I remember him saying to me one day, if you're not a VP in 2 years, something's wrong with you. Well, it took me 17 years, to get there. Mm-hmm. But again, that was just him challenging me, and me picking that up and not knowing. And I think at the time I said, of the United States, I'm thinking that this company is hiring VPs of the United States. Right. I didn't understand what a VP was in a company context.
I got you.
I just want to ask, brother, if you got any game to the young brothers, all this stuff going on here with the Black Lives Matter, and you being black in corporate America. Mm-hmm. If any, you give a young man any game, what you'll tell him?
Yeah, it's such an important question. Now for sure, right? Like, I'm the only, black executive in my company, and it's a couple of things that I felt last year when George Floyd was murdered, and going through that experience, as the founder of our Black and African Employee Resource Group, as the only black executive. As somebody that is, looking at how do we increase the pipeline of young black, talent, folks to want to pursue a career in technology, right? Okay. That was a heavy time, and I felt a couple of different, things. One, as it was happening, I was concerned because every time these things, happen, every time, we see a huge injustice, I think we believe in the system less, right? we believe in the system less, and so therefore we don't try hard. And when you buy into the fact that this is my life, and this is about me and my family.
Exactly.
Right? And so this system might be, rigged. It might be people that are against me or what have you. But at the end of the day, I still have to beat everybody out to get to that level,
right.
Because, we gonna eat at our house.
Right, right. And that,
and so I got concerned because when I saw just how just obvious the injustice was.
Exactly.
You fast forward to the insurrection at the Capitol, and you see the things that can occur.
Right.
Right. You lose the belief system in it. It's like, okay, well, why would I try? Why would I try to buy into a system like that when it's rigged against me?
Right.
I would, you asked me what game I would give the young people. I mean, I would stay focused on the fact that it's your life. It's your life, and you can't let anybody take you off your course.
Right.
Right. It might be rigged.
Yeah.
Okay, well, we got to work harder.
Right.
Right. I mean, Republicans are changing, voting rights and, access to voting and ease of voting and all these things, right, to make it harder. Okay, so what are we going to do? Yeah. The laws have changed.
Right.
We have to go beat them. We still have to show up then during their work hours, and go vote in the polling locations.
Exactly.
I mean, it's the same thing. You got to show up because you can't let what's going on around you really distract you and take you off, defocus you from your goals, So that's what I say to young people: get goals, clear goals early. And don't let anybody take you off those
paths. Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, man. And me being a fan of Vertical, you're my partner. I can say I'm a fan and I love you.
Yeah.
When you went to the Taj Mahal, I said, what Ricardo doing, man? I just want to know what that first one, like, okay, what made you do that?
Yeah. So, man, that's a great question. And it's a great question because the travel was just a byproduct. It's a byproduct of pursuing the goal.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
To run worldwide operations.
Yeah.
I have to have global experiences.
Exactly.
I have to have global jobs. I have to understand,
the culture,
the context of, working in India versus working in Asia Pacific versus working in Japan.
Yeah.
Working with translators. There's just so many aspects of the global nature of what it takes to operate at that level.
Yeah.
And it's 15 years of traveling in the context of a job.
Yeah.
Right. And and doing personal travel as well. But a lot of so I had a business trip to India, and I had some close colleagues that we decided to go to the Taj Mahal, and that was actually the second of the 7 wonders that I had seen. Right, so we traveled. This is before India had the superhighways, so we traveled across India through the back roads.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's look, K is chalking up because we had this conversation on the way here. He was like, "Man, this dude has seen 7 wonders of the world." It's like everybody don't get that experience. So that's
people don't.
I'm just laughing because it's the truth.
When I saw that one. When I saw that, now that was also my first big international trip outside of going to on a cruise, right? So that was my first real international
Georgia,
trip.
Like it.
Yeah, Macon, Georgia. And so so I remember walking. You had to walk a long way to finally get to the Taj Mahal, and just when I turned to the right and you see it through this huge arch, and you realize I'm from Nashville, Tennessee,
and I'm at the Taj Mahal.
I'm from Nashville, Tennessee, and I'm at the Taj Mahal. It's one of the most beautiful things that you've ever seen in your life, and when you hear the story of it, it's pretty amazing. But then you turn that into again, the goal required different jobs, and different jobs
to get you to the Taj Mahal.
Right. The different jobs take you different places.
Right.
And so, you know, some jobs, you know, I'd spend a lot of time in South America. And
do you find? I don't mean to cut you off. Do you find you doing international business different from doing it over here in America? Like, is it tougher? Because I guess that's a crazy question, but
well, no, it's different. Because you know you have to think about all the norms that are there. You know, people in Europe, you know, react a very different way in business, and there are different norms, I guess.
So you gotta really study
India.
You gotta really. I mean, I'm just saying you gotta really know the people that you're talking to as far as the business, their cadences, how they.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You know. Because I know, you see what I'm saying? Because that's got to be
bow, and, you know, just any culture.
I used to
because
bow.
how he explained.
I would bow once and then walk off and forget that I had to bow twice.
You know,
you know, you feel silly. You feel silly, you know. Then you feel like, okay, sorry, you know.
It's no disrespect. I'm from Nashville.
Right.
I'm from America.
Right.
But you know, but
I'm sure they understand.
Yeah.
You know, they don't really take it as, you know,
an offense or anything.
Right.
But you know, but you build you know, a network of people and experiences, you know, through all those contexts, you know, from Australia, you know, Europe to, you know, Japan, Singapore.
And these are all the places you done been.
You know, I mean, you know, so I have a global team. So, you know, my role, I run worldwide operations. So, you know, my team is the team of consultants, installation, engineering, customer care, you know, all the folks that basically, you know, make our technology work for our customers.
So you in the technical field of it, the engineering field of it.
Okay. Sure.
Okay.
You know, Ricardo, I just want to tell you, man, just tell everybody, if they don't know, the 8 wonders of the world. Tell them the 7.
Like the ones you get.
This is like a challenge. So the Taj Mahal, Machu Picchu, the Roman Colosseum, Petra, which is the last one I went to.
Okay.
Christ the Redeemer.
Church on the Move.
Yeah. Christ the Redeemer.
That's in Brazil, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah. That's in Brazil.
Yeah.
Chichen Itza.
Okay.
Chichen Itza is outside of Cancun, about an hour and a half.
Yeah.
And I already said Machu Picchu, right? I already said the Great Wall of China.
China.
The Great Wall of China.
Great Wall of China.
Yeah,
man. Clap it up for that.
Yeah. I mean,
7 wonders of the world.
You don't meet people every day. Like I don't went to the 7 wonders of the world.
So the last one is Niagara Falls, right?
Niagara Falls is, I think, on the 7 natural wonders or something like that. Yeah. They have different categories.
Yeah. Buffalo, New York. Home of Griselda, West Side.
Yeah, absolutely. The Egyptian pyramids often get confused as one of the 7, but it's like an honorary.
You know what? I was just gonna ask you.
I've never been there. Yeah.
I was just gonna ask. They ain't one of the 7.
No.
Really?
Everybody, you know,
I was thinking like that.
I see my auntie cousin over there. I thought they had, you know, security, you know, over there.
Is that Honora? That's her.
Man,
that's dope, man.
Yeah,
that's dope.
Man. But Ricardo, I want to ask you this, man. When you became VP, how was the feeling?
It was it was familiar. You know, it was familiar because, you know, the process of working to get these different things, right? I mean, the number of failures that you have, you know, I mean, just the number of bad presentations and bad meetings and bad leadership decisions and like all these things, right? Like, you know, you just, you know, you work your way up through, you know, a lot of really, you know, just tough, enduring experiences.
Yeah.
And,
I mean, but do you feel, you know, the experiences that you go through, a lot of the people that you that you talk to, they all done been there too. It's like you don't get that right away, because like you said, you dealing with a global thing. So it's like you gon'. And sometimes you gotta fall down a lot just to get up, man. You know what I'm saying? I mean, people make mistakes. Like I just,
But that's the mindset piece, though, right? Because a lot of times, I mean, just going back to what I said earlier about, where you are in your life, you have to be, maximizing the opportunities that align to your life.
Right. Exactly.
It's like so it's not an entry level situation.
Yeah.
When I'm at a certain age.
Yeah.
You have to. There's a lot of you gotta learn. You just gotta fall down. You gotta you gotta pick yourself up and but the mindset part of it is you gotta get there. Mm-hmm. So you just keep learning. Like every year is okay. Well, how much am I gonna learn this year that I can actually apply to where I'm trying to go?
Yeah.
Like leadership is a big part of it when you run a large team and you have, a lot of people around the world that you have to, to lead and rely on, and to care for. Going through a COVID situation, having a large team around the world and, watching the flare-ups of COVID, impact my team and their ability to do the work, impact their families and so forth.
Was that a rough one?
You have to learn all those things,
Was that a rough one for you?
Oh, yeah.
COVID was rough.
Absolutely. One of my key leaders, down in India.
Okay.
Right? We got a large team in India, and India has been so, ravaged.
And even now,
right now,
it's
real heavy.
So you got to be sensitized to all those things, right? Like, so having the skill set to make the business decisions and the operational decisions is one thing, but having the emotional, the empathy and just the emotional intelligence around it as well. It's a lot that comes with it, but it's a lot of tough lessons.
I got you.
Yeah.
I understand, bro.
Yep.
Man, already.
Man.
You got anything, man?
I mean, as far as like, to be VP, you got to be able to, do multiple things, multiple situations. What was one of the toughest things that you probably, since you've been vice president, what's been one of the toughest that you have to deal with?
It's probably the managing the stakeholders, piece, right? So, a lot of times in business, it's very similar to, I won't say high school or what have you, but having the skills to do the job in your specific field is one thing. You got to have that, right? But you got to be a part of the team. And being a part of a team where you're trying to be a high flyer, you have to leverage your peers as best as possible, and sometimes your agenda is different than their agenda, and so making the priorities, the personal priorities and the professional priorities match. Sometimes is a tough.
It's really challenging. It's really challenging. It's challenging, man.
It's the same.
It's the same thing. But that's just life. It's like, what I'm saying. When you loan somebody something, they may not take care of it how you would take care of it.
So you won't get disappointed. So I need to keep moving and share alike with people who know what I'm doing.
Yeah, and it's like,
and it grows.
It's like
a seed in the plant of North Africa.
Crazy.
But I'm just saying.
But no, I get it though. It's just like people don't go into no situation, with your mindset.
Yeah.
And for you to kind of battle and not to be so disrespectful on their opinion on how they feel something should do. It's kind of hard to juggle.
Yeah, I mean, you have to. Said differently. When you're trying to manage your career, like I said, you can't let anybody get in the way of that.
Yeah.
Right. There's often times where you have to be a part of a team that maybe you feel like, not everybody's pulling their weight, or somebody is a little bit of a jerk,
right?
And you don't want to have to work with that individual, but you have to do it anyway. I mean, like there's a lot of different sides of what you have to endure through when it comes to stakeholder management and working in teams and and being a leader, right?
Got you.
It's pretty difficult. You don't get your way all the time. And so, that again, like going back to the game that I would give to younger folks, right? I mean, you're not going to win all the time.
Right.
You're just not going to win all the time.
Period.
And sometimes you're going to follow someone that you may not believe in. You might have to work for someone that is the worst manager that you ever had. Everybody's going to have a worst manager you ever had.
Yeah.
That's okay.
Yeah.
You got to keep moving, though.
You got to keep going.
Because your goal is way up here.
Exactly.
This is just the noise.
That's
right?
noise.
Just the details.
Yeah. Right.
And you keep moving up and you keep, adding to your income. And before you know it, it's like.
So do you have a lot of.
Looking back and like, wow.
You have to have a lot of patience.
Yeah.
For sure.
A lot of patience.
A lot of humility.
And I was just going to say that. That was going to be my second thing. So how many nights of sleep do you lose?
A lot.
Phones ain't going out. Zoom.
It's pretty nonstop. But
but when you're on the road, you roll.
Yeah. You roll. It's a humbling thing, though. I mean, it's a super humbling thing to come from, like you talked about earlier today, like, humble beginnings.
Exactly.
And still being humble is the most important thing about it.
Right.
Because you never really arrive, right? I mean, you just, trying to get better every day.
Yeah.
Right. And the setbacks come, they come often, they come unprepared. You think you had a plan and you get slapped in the face.
Oh,
life is hard, man.
Right.
Life is hard,
Right,
You do not win them all,
Yeah.
And, but it's just, the goal just keeps, you like moving forward.
Right.
Because, I think about sometimes, just imagine if you don't have any goals. If you're not moving towards anything.
You're just working and dying.
Right? Like,
well, you ain't got no goals.
You're just working and dying.
Yeah.
And my folks, I had to get a realization. I told my mom, saying like, man, I lost, 3 of my uncles. I'm like, man, keep it 100. My mom, like, they just worked and died. Right. Ain't nobody nothing. Love and death. That's my people.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's just, a lot of it, like you said.
You got to change the narrative.
Well,
you have to change the narrative.
This is the whole point, the title of this show, getting it out the mud.
Church on the mud.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it is, you want to, like you said, you want to have a goal and you want to do better. You know what I'm saying? And provide an opportunity, for the next person. Like you said, your kid. Like, I had my son at, I was 21 going into 22.
Yeah.
So, and I'm constantly, feel like that I'm trying to teach him.
Right.
But I tell him all the time, you got to figure this out. Because I can't live that for you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I've raised you, fed you, got you through school, and whatever else you go. I'll always be there, but I can't do it for you, so you got to have a goal.
Right, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
Right.
Because it will create the clarity.
Right.
Of the, where am I today versus that.
Exactly.
And it has to be, you have to think like
bigger.
Big.
You got to think bigger.
I mean, like, why would I have a goal of being a vice president at 22 years old? I got no education. Mm-hmm. Like, I got like 1 semester of credits. Like, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
So you're gonna go into a technology company where everyone has a degree or a master's.
Yeah.
And you're gonna try to compete in a multinational corporation environment and understand global context and global business.
Exactly.
And leadership.
Yeah.
And you're gonna be successful?
Exactly. Yeah.
That's not, that's not logical to us.
Yeah.
That's why I had
to. Right.
But the thing about it was the guy said in 2 years, so that's how he tricked me, right?
Yeah.
If he'd have said in 17 years, where do I have to be?
But I remember you put that picture up.
Yeah.
Then you was in between. You had the suit on. That's the Ricardo I remember.
Yeah.
Curly hair and everything.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
I ain't gonna lie,
man.
I had a little joke. You know what I'm saying? I'll just say it.
You call it a special ed.
No. I said, is that Blaine Bishop? I said, I know you probably get there, you know what I'm saying? I said,
I've never heard
get
that.
I said,
Blaine
hey,
Bishop.
it was the picture that he shot me. I was like, dang, I said, okay, I don't know him. You know what I'm saying?
I said that Blaine Bishop with a backpack.
Yeah, I was like, okay.
Like,
that was just a little thing, though. It wasn't nothing personal.
No, it's all good.
Yeah.
Man, Ricardo, man, I want to thank you, you know what I'm saying, for having us, man, and coming up here and chilling with you. I ain't seen you in a long time, man. It's good to break bread with guys that's out here doing their thing and changing, you know, the movement and doing real things, man. And, you know, if folks want to reach you out, you know,
yeah, man, shoot out,
you know, who you want to, you know, your
social outlet.
Yeah. What is my social?
Where they can find you.
Vertical Life 01. Yeah.
Vertical Life
01. That's my Instagram handle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm finna hit you right now.
Link up with me. You know, like sometimes I'm on some silly stuff. Sometimes I'm talking about, you know, things I'm doing in my career. You know, like different moments of truth. You know?
And he may have some Wagyu beef.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah.
Right? And I ain't gonna lie, when we was
listen,
lined up,
I only have
some Wagyu
I've
beef.
been around the world so many times, and I only have like 500 followers or something, you know. So, but you know, but I gotta keep it closed just because I gotta make sure, you know, I have an idea, you know.
man, listen,
I taste the Wagyu beef.
Trust me, we understand.
It's real butter with the.
Yeah.
See, you put me on it. See,
when he said that, though, I was driving. I said, why do beef?
Vertical Life had me going for the last 4 years. That's why we're here.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, hey man, you know, I know my lane.
Right.
Say, man, that's my partner. He ain't like that.
Right.
I told you that.
Yeah,
I
you
said,
told
man,
me.
my partner ain't like that, man.
I already know. Yeah.
Man, he gonna show us love. Man.
Yeah, already.
Damn it, he did.
Right.
Hey man, go to Scatter Sites TV, man.
Yeah.
Go to YouTube, man. I'm letting motherfucking boy.
Yeah.
And we gonna be all right. But let's go to Scatter Sites TV. Subscribe here.
Right.
You can go the Cypher podcast on Apple, Spotify, SoundCloud,
Yeah.
the whole 9 yards, man.
Right.
Ricardo.
He said Vertical Life in IG.
Yes.
Yeah.
Vertical Life 01.
Because you don't got no FB at all.
No,
Okay.
no Facebook at all.
No. You
Man,
just do
he
your
don't.
thing.
That's like he don't exist.
He's a ghost.
He's a ghost.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can I call you Bruce Wayne?
Yeah.
Man, Scatter Sites TV, man, YouTube channel, man. Y'all go to that and get everything,
Yes,
man.
sir.
ScatterSites.com. And we're going to do it like this. Peace, love, church.
Peace.
Church.